Hello dear students, this is Jai Kishan. Welcome to the third part of chapter 2, that is polynomials. Students, in the previous two parts of the video, that is in part 1, we have covered the introduction of the polynomials as well as exercise 2.1. In part 2 we have covered exercises 2.2 and 2.3. Now in this part we are going to cover exercise 2.4. So our first topic for exercise 2.4 is factor theorem. Before starting this topic, I want to make you understand that what is factor. Suppose students, two numbers are there. Suppose one number is 12 and one number is 4. I want to check whether this 4 is the factor of 12 or not. Okay. So firstly choose the greater number. The greater number is 12. Now divide this greater number by this smaller number. So when you will divide, you will get what? 4 3s are 12. And then after subtracting the remainder, you will get what? 0. So students, in that case, whenever you will get the remainder 0 after dividing, okay, whenever you will get the remainder 0 after dividing, so you can say that divisor is the factor of dividend. Okay, whenever you will get 0 as remainder, so you can say that divisor is the factor of dividend. Okay, so this concept we will use here also. Firstly, we will find the remainder directly, as you have seen in the last part of the video, that is in part 2. There we used to find remainder directly. How we will find remainder directly? Firstly, we will make the divisor equal to 0. After that, we will find the value of variable from here, and then we will put the value of variable in this polynomial so that we will get the value of this polynomial. If this value of the polynomial means now this remainder will be 0, then this divisor will be the factor of dividend. Okay. Now firstly see the definition. What is definition? Let px be any polynomial of degree n greater than 1. Means suppose if there is a polynomial whose degree is greater than 1, and let a be any real number. Suppose a is any real number, then we'll find pa, means we'll put the value of x as a. If pa means if pa is 0, then x minus a is a factor of px. What is pa, students? We have studied in the last part of the video that if we'll put the value a at the place of variable, then it will be what? It will be remainder. Okay, so if remainder is 0, means x minus a will be, divisor will be what? Factor of px. If x minus a is factor of px, then remainder will be 0. Okay, means if you know about 4, that 4 is the factor of 12, then you can say that remainder is 0. And if you will get the remainder as 0, so you can say that 4 is the factor of 12. Okay, in the same manner we will understand this topic by this example. Example is, one polynomial is given, px is equal to 3x square plus x minus 2, and divisor is gx is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so firstly what we are going to do, firstly we'll find the remainder. How we will find the remainder? Firstly we will make this divisor as equal to 0, means x plus 1 will be equal to 0. Then you will find the value of x, that will be minus 1. Now we will find p of minus 1. Okay, so at the place of x we will put the value minus 1. So it will be 3 into minus 1 square plus minus 1 minus 2. Means in this step, in this polynomial, we have put the value of x as minus 1. So what we'll get from here? Minus 1 square will be what? Plus 1. 3 into 1. Okay, because the square of negative will be positive. Here plus minus minus, and here it is minus. So what you will get? 3 into 1 3, minus 1 minus 2 means 3 minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3, it will be 0. So here you can see that when we have found the remainder of this polynomial, when it is divided by this polynomial, the remainder is what? 0. So if remainder is 0 like this, so you can say that gx is factor of px. So remember this point, students, whenever you will get remainder as 0, so you can say that divisor is the factor of dividend. Okay, if you want to note it down, just pause the video and note it down. Now coming to the exercise 2.4. So the first question of exercise 2.4 is determine which of the following polynomials has x plus 1 as a factor. Okay, means you have to determine that whether x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial or not. Okay, so what you will do here, firstly you will suppose that this x plus 1 is what? It is your divisor. Okay, and then you will find the remainder when you will divide this polynomial by this polynomial. So you will find the remainder. How you will find the remainder? Firstly you will make this divisor as equal to 0. Then when you will make this divisor as equal to 0, means x plus 1 is equal to 0, then you will get the value of x, that is minus 1. Okay, after that this minus 1 you will put in this polynomial. When you will put in this polynomial, putting in above polynomial, so what you will get? Minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square plus minus 1 plus 1, means at the place of x we have put the value that is minus 1. So minus 1 cube will be what? Minus 1 minus square, minus 1 square is plus 1. Okay, and here plus minus minus, and it is plus 1. So here you can say that minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 all will be equal to what? 0. So here we can see that the remainder is 0. So if the remainder is 0, means x plus 1 will be factor of this polynomial. So we can say that x plus 1 is factor of first, means first polynomial. Okay, now we'll see the fourth part of this question. The same thing you will do here. Firstly we'll make the divisor. Suppose let gx is equal to x plus 1, then you will make this divisor equal to 0. So when you will make the divisor as equal to 0, you will get the value of x, that is minus 1. Now you will put this value of x, putting in above polynomial. What you will get? At the place of x you will put minus 1, to minus 1 cube minus minus 1 square minus 2 plus under root 2, then x, so you will write minus 1 plus under root 2. Okay, minus 1 cube will be minus 1, minus 1 square will be plus 1, but here it is minus, so you will write minus 1. Here it is minus 1, this minus and this minus will be plus, so you can write plus 2. Okay, open the bracket. Suppose it is plus, and open the bracket, because this minus will make this minus as plus. So open the bracket, 2 plus under root 2, and then plus under root 2. So here you can see that it is minus 2 plus under root 2 plus under root 2. So this will be cancelled out, but this will be left, means it is 2 under root 2. So if it is 2 under root 2, means this is not equal to 0. So if it is not equal to 0, means if remainder is not becoming 0, so you cannot say that this divisor is the factor of this polynomial. So x plus 1 is not factor of above polynomial. Okay students, now we'll see the next question. Question number 2 is, use the factor theorem to determine whether gx is a factor of px in each of the following cases. Okay, so first part we have taken here. First part is px, the value of polynomial is given, the value of gx is given. Okay, and here again we will find remainder. If remainder is 0, then we can say that gx is factor of px. If the remainder is not becoming 0, means we cannot say that gx is factor of px. So again, firstly we are going to find the remainder. For that we will make this gx equal to 0. Okay, so the value of gx is what? X plus 1 is equal to 0, means x is equal to minus 1. Okay, so the value of the variable is minus 1. Now we'll put this value of x in this polynomial. So what we'll get? P of minus 1, that is 2 into minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square minus 2 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, at the place of x we have put the value that is minus 1. Now minus 1 cube is what? Minus 1. Minus 1 square is what? Plus 1. Minus 2 into minus 1, that is plus 2 and minus 1. Okay, so here we can see that 2 into minus 1 will be minus 2, plus 1 plus 2 minus 1. So it will be minus 2 plus 2 will be cancelled out, plus 1 minus 1 will be cancelled out. Remainder is what? 0. Okay, so if the remainder is 0, so we can say that x plus 1 is the factor of px. So we can say that gx is factor of px. Okay, no doubt should be there. Now coming to the next question students. Question number 3 is, find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of px in each of the following cases. Means here it is given that x minus 1 is already a factor of these polynomials. Okay, and we have to find the value of k. So students, if x minus 1 is already a factor, means when you will put the value of x, how you will put the value of x? Firstly we will make this divisor as equal to 0, then we will get the value of x. So when we will put the value of x in this polynomial, it should be equal to 0, because we know that x minus 1 is a factor, and when we will find the remainder should be 0. Okay, so after that we can calculate the value of k. Firstly what we will do, suppose let px is x square plus x plus k. Okay, and gx is what? X minus 1 given na? So firstly when gx is equal to 0, means x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we'll find the value of x from here. The value of x is what? 1. Now we will find p of 1. Okay, px was what? X square plus x plus k. We will find p1. Okay, and this p1 should be equal to 0, because we know that x minus 1 is a factor. So when we will put the value of x in this polynomial, it should be equal to 0, because remainder should be 0 if x minus 1 is a factor. So when we will find p1, at the place of x we will put 1. 1 square plus 1 plus k. This should be equal to 0. The 1 square is 1, it is also 1, plus k is equal to 0. So k will be what? 1 plus 1, 2. And when you will shift this 2 into right hand side, you will get what? Minus 2. So this is the value of k for the first part of this question. Okay students, now we'll solve third part of this question, which is given kx square minus under root 2x plus 1. Here also we'll find the value of k. We know that x is equal to 1, so again you will write here like this, that px suppose is equal to kx square minus under root 2x plus 1. Okay, and gx suppose x minus 1. So when gx is equal to 0 means x minus 1 is equal to 0, so x will be what? 1. Okay, now we will find what? P1. So when P1 should be equal to what? 0, because P1 we are going to find means remainder we are going to find, and the remainder should be 0 if we know that x minus 1 is factor. So in this polynomial we will put this value, that k into 1 square minus under root 2 into 1 plus 1, it should be equal to 0. So k into 1 square will be k. Okay, this will be minus under root 2, because under root 2 into 1 under root 2, and here it is plus 1. Okay, so it is equal to 0. So what will be the value of k? What will be the value of k when you will shift these two into right hand side? What you will get, that this minus under root 2 will be plus under root 2, and this plus 1 will be minus 1. Okay, so here we can see that the value of k is under root 2 minus 1. Okay students, so pause the video and note it down. See students, in all the given questions 3 or 4 parts are given, and I am telling you only 1 or 2 part, so rest of the parts you will solve yourself. Now coming to the next question is factorize 12x square minus 7x plus 1. Okay, so firstly we'll observe that what kind of polynomial it is, and here you can see the degree of this polynomial is 2, so it will be quadratic polynomial. Okay, quadratic polynomial. So the question related to quadratic polynomial, maximum time you can factorize quadratic polynomial by the help of splitting the middle term method. What is the method of splitting the middle term? Okay, so we can understand the splitting the middle term by the help of this question, 12x square minus 7x plus 1. Okay, so firstly student will multiply the first and last, means the coefficient of x square is what? 12, and constant is what? 1. So firstly we'll multiply 12 into 1, then we will get 12. Now students will split this 7 in two numbers such that whose sum or difference should be 7 and whose product should be 12. Think about two numbers whose sum or difference is 7 and whose product should be 12. What are the two numbers? See, if you will see 4 and 3, its sum is what? 7, and if you will multiply it you will get what? 12. So like this we will split the middle term, and how we will write it? Like this, 12x square minus, at the place of 7 we will write what? 4 plus 3, or 3 plus 4 you can write. Okay, there will be no difference. Here it was x and here it is plus 1. Now students, we will open the bracket. See, when we will open the bracket, it will be what? Minus 4, and x is also there, na? So you will multiply x also, and here it is minus 3x plus 1. Now we will take common in first two. What maximum term we can take common? So it is 12x square and it is minus 4x. So we can take maximum 4x as common. So what will be left here? 4x if we will take common, so 4 3s are 12, na? So 3 will be left, and here x 1x we have taken common, so x will be left. Now 4x, the whole we have taken common, so only 1 will be left. Here in these two, now we will try to bring the same term here. How we can do this? Okay, if we will take common as -1, so this negative will become what? Positive, and this positive sign will become what? Minus negative sign. Okay, so now see, 3x minus 1, 3x minus 1, both are equal, so 3x minus 1 in the whole statement, we can take 3x minus 1 as common. So what will be left? 4x minus 1. See, the last step should be in the product form. Okay, means now what does it mean? That you have factorized the above. You have factorized the above given question. In the same manner, we will solve this question. Firstly, multiply the first and last. 6 into minus 6, product should be minus 36. Okay, you will take care of sign also. 6 into minus 6, minus 36 should be product. Now you will split this 5. Okay, so think about two numbers whose sum or difference should be 5 and whose product should be minus 36. So if we will take two numbers as 9 and minus 4. Okay, so 9 minus 4 will be what? 5, and 9 into minus 4 will be what? 36. Okay, so like this you can solve the question. So it will be 6x square. At the place of 5 we will write 9 minus 4. X was there, minus 6. Now 6x square plus 9 into x, 9x, minus 4 into x, minus 4x, minus 6. Now in these two, what maximum term we can take common? See, 6x square and 9x, we will take common 3x from here. So what will be left here? 2x. Okay, plus 3x. If we have taken common, then what is left? Plus 3. Now in these two, what should we should take common? To minus 4x and minus 6, so we can take common as minus 2. So again we will get what? Minus also we have taken common, so negative will be positive. 2x plus 3. Okay, again see, the bracketed term are same, so take as common 2x plus 3. If we will take common, what is left? 3x minus 2. Okay students, so like this we can factorize the quadratic polynomial by the help of splitting the middle term. Okay students, now coming to the next question. Question number 5 is factorize. First part is x cube minus 2x square minus x plus 2. So students, here we will try. See, it is not quadratic polynomial, so here we will not apply splitting the middle term. Here we can just try to take common terms as much as possible, and after that we will write it like this in the form of factorization. So see students, in first two what we can take common? X square. Maximum we can take common as x square. So what is left? X here, x from here, and minus 2 from here. In last two, here we will try to bring the same term like this as here. Okay, so what we can take common from here? If we will take common as minus 1, so here also it will be positive and it will be negative. Now see, this bracketed term are same, so you can write it, the take common, you can take common from the whole. So what is left? X square minus 1. Okay, now students, here you can write this 1 as 1 square. So what will be the benefit of this? Doing this, one more step you will write here, like x square minus y square. What is the formula of x square minus y square? There is an identity x square minus y square. The value of this identity is what? X plus y and x minus y. So at the place of y, 1 is there, so you can write x plus 1 and x minus 1. So it will be your answer. Okay students, now coming to the next part. So in this part, question is x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. See students, this question we cannot solve by taking common or by shifting the terms here and there. Okay, so how we will solve it? Firstly, we will write the factors of 5. Why? Because 5 is the last constant term. Okay, so firstly we'll write the factors of 5. That will be 1 and 5. We know the factor of 5. So we will write 1 with both signs, plus and minus, and we will write 5 with both signs, plus 5 and minus 5. What we are going to do, students? Firstly, we are going to find a factor of this polynomial by the method of hit and trial. Okay, means we are going to check that on which value this polynomial becomes 0. Means firstly we will put, suppose this polynomial is px is equal to x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. Okay, and now one by one we will put all the values. Like firstly we will find p1. Okay, plus 1 is there, na? So firstly we are going to find p1. So at p1, when we will put the value of x as 1, so it will be 1 cube minus 3 into 1 square minus 9 into 1 and minus 5. So see students, 1 cube means 1, minus 3 into 1 square means 3. Okay, minus 9 into 1 means minus 9, and here it is minus 5. So see, 1 minus 3 minus 2 minus 2 minus 9 minus 11 minus 11 minus 5 minus 16, means it is not becoming 0. Okay, so we will put the values until we will not get as 0. Again, now plus 1 we have checked, now we will check as minus 1, p of minus 1. So now at the place of x we will put minus 1, so minus 1 cube minus 3 into minus 1 square minus 9 into minus 1 and again minus 5. Okay, so what we will get from here? Minus 1 cube is minus 1, minus 3 into minus 1 square is positive 1. Okay, minus 9 into minus 1 will be plus 9, and here it is minus 5. So here what we will get? Minus 1, minus 3 and plus 9 minus 5. Now add all the negative terms, minus 1 minus 3 minus 4 minus 4 minus 5 minus 9. So what you will get? Minus 9 plus 9 means 0. Now at the value x is equal to minus 1, this polynomial becomes 0. So what we can say from here? If at x is equal to minus 1 this polynomial becomes 0, means if we will shift this minus 1 into the left hand side, what we will get? X plus 1. Okay, x plus 1 is equal to 0. Remember the definition of factor theorem? In that statement you have read that if at PA is equal to 0, means x minus a will be what? It would be the factor of polynomial. So here also we have found p minus 1, that becomes 0. So if we will shift this minus 1 into the left hand side, so this x plus 1 will become factor of px, we can say. Okay, so this will be x plus 1 will be factor of this polynomial. Now if we have one factor, okay, and we want to find other factor, how we can find? Suppose any number 36 is there. Okay, one number we have found, that 4 is the factor of 36. How we can find the other factor? If we will divide this 36 by 4, we will get other factor, that is 4 9s are 36. Okay, so like this we will find the other factor. One factor we have found that it is x plus 1. Other factor how we will find? So we will divide this polynomial by x plus 1, means we will divide x cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5 by x plus 1. Okay, how we'll do the division? Firstly, we'll make the first term equal. To make x as x cube, firstly we'll multiply it by x square. So x square into x will be what? X cube. X square into 1 will be what? X square. Okay, now we will subtract it. So the sign will be changed. It will be negative, it will be negative, it will be cancelled out. Minus 3x square minus x square will be what? Minus 4x square. Minus 9x you will write here. Now again we will make the first term and first term as equal. So to make x as minus 4x square, we should multiply it by minus 4x. So minus 4x into x will be what? Minus 4x square. Minus 4x into 1 will be minus 4x. Now again we will subtract, the sign will be changed. This will be cancelled out. Minus 9x plus 4x will be what? Minus 5x. And the last term is minus 5. Now to make again first term as equal, what we should multiply here? To make x as minus 5x, we should multiply it by minus 5. Okay, so minus 5 into x, minus 5x, minus 5 into 1, what we will get? Minus 5. Okay, and when we will subtract, the sign will be changed. When sign will be changed, the remainder will get what? 0. Okay, so as like here 36 was the number, one factor we were having 4. Okay, and we want to find this other factor, so we have divided 36 by 4. So other factor was what? Quotient, na? So here also other factor should be the quotient, means x square minus 4x minus 5 will be the other factor. But it is quadratic polynomial, so it is also it can also be factorized. Okay, so how you will factorize it? By splitting the middle term. Multiply the first and last term. First term, if nothing is here, means 1. Okay, multiply 1 and minus 5. So if you will multiply 1 and minus 5, what you will get? 1 into minus 5, you will get minus 5. Okay, so you will split this 4 such that the product you should get what? Minus 5, and addition or subtraction you will get what? 4. Okay, so in what two numbers you can split this 4? Suppose if you have taken 5 and minus 1, so 5 minus 1 will be what? 4, and 5 into minus 1 will be what? Minus 5. So just split it. X square minus, at the place of 4 we will write 5 minus 1, so that 5 minus 1 will be 4. X was there and minus 5 is here. Now x square, we will open the bracket by multiplying with x. Okay, so it will be minus 5x minus plus, so it will be plus 1x, or you can write directly plus x minus 5. Now in these two, what should we take common? X. So what is left from here? X. And what is left from here? Minus 5. Here also, if you will take plus 1 as common, so it will be x minus 5. Okay, now x minus 5 we can take from both as common, and what is left? X plus 1. So students, one factor we have found here by hit and trial method, like this. Okay, and other two factors we have found here. So students, like this we will solve the whole question. Okay, what we have done here, firstly we have written the factors of this 5, okay, with positive and negative sign both. After that we will put it as the value of x in the polynomial until we will get the value of this polynomial as 0. Okay, now when we'll get the value of this polynomial as 0, then we will shift the value of x into the left hand side. That will be the factor of the polynomial. Okay, after that, when we'll get the one factor of this polynomial, after dividing it, the quotient will be the other factor. Okay, and if the quotient can also be factorized, so factorize that also. Okay, so what are the factors of this polynomial? One is x plus 1, then x minus 5 and x plus 1. So if you want to write properly that what should be our answer, so we can write that px was what? X cube minus 3x square minus 9x minus 5. Okay, and the factors of this questions are, this question is x plus 1, x minus 5 and x plus 1. Okay students, so just try to solve third part of this question number 5. It is also like this, and fourth part you can do directly by taking common. Okay students, so we have completed exercise 2.4 also. Now for exercise 2.5 I want to give you homework. These are some identities that you should mug up, means you should just remember all the identities. Okay, like x plus y whole square is what? X square plus y square plus 2xy. X minus y whole square is what? X square plus y square minus 2xy. X square minus y square is x plus y into x minus y. X plus y whole cube is what? X cube plus y cube plus 3xy into x plus y. We can also write this identity as x cube plus y cube plus, suppose 3xy is multiplying by x, so you can write 3x square y, and if 3xy is multiplying by y, you can write 3xy square. Okay, x minus y whole cube is x cube minus y cube minus 3xy into x minus y. Okay, and we can also write this identity as this when you will open the bracket. Okay, x cube plus y cube is what? X plus y. See, if the identity of x cube plus y cube means plus formula is there. Okay, so firstly we'll find x plus y in other bracket, x square plus y square minus xy. In the formula of plus, in the second bracket one negative sign you will get. Okay, and in the formula of negative, okay, in the second bracket all the positive you will get. Okay, now this formula is x plus y plus z whole square is x square plus y square plus z square plus 2xy plus 2yz plus 2zx. Last for identity is x cube plus y cube plus z cube minus 3xyz. The formula for this identity is x plus y plus z, in the second bracket x square plus y square plus z square minus xy minus yz minus zx. Okay, there's a condition in this identity that if x plus y plus z is equal to 0, then suppose if x plus y plus z is equal to 0, then the whole right hand side will be what? 0. Okay, then this 3xyz will be shifted, and then it will be x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to 3xyz. So students, just note down all the identities and remember it, because in the next exercise we will use all these identities to solve exercise 2.5. Okay, so one by one you will note down all the identities so that you can solve the next exercise easily. And also students, the rest part of the questions that we have solved today, okay, of exercise 2.4, you will solve yourself. Okay students, thank you.